And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with the Game Boy Geek.
Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I hated eating my vegetables. I kind of still hate them today. Anyway, today we're going to be eating all sorts of vegetables, actually very specific vegetables, beets. I hate beets. I hate the way they taste, I hate the way they look, I hate the way they stain. Today, bad beets. Like pardon the pun. It's a 2 to 5 player, family level bluffing game. It takes about 15 minutes to play from Stoneblade Games. Let's take a look. This is a family level micro game about bluffing. And there's only 15 cards in the game. There's 3 of each of the 5 cards. The artwork on these cards are just awesome and cute. Each player is going to get 1 card face down, 8 beets, and cool that the beets have like 3 different types of faces on them, you'll notice. And you get a player aid that tells you all the different things you can do on your turn. Now the first player of the game is actually going to draw a card from a draw pile, so that they have 2 cards. They're going to look at these 2 cards, and they're going to claim maybe one of the actions on these cards, but they might actually claim one of the actions that they don't have. Now the object is to get rid of all your beets. The first person that does that wins. You can, on your turn, essentially you're playing a card down in front of you. You're also taking your other card, because you have 2 on your turn, you're passing it to the next player, to the clockwise. That player cannot look at this card that you've passed until after your turn's over, so they don't know what you passed them. So you have a card down. You could say any one of these things here. You could say, I'm going to eat a beet. Get rid of 1 card. And you can do that without even basically, claiming that you have anything, because eating a beet's just kind of for free, and I could basically just get rid of 1 beet. Or I could claim to have one of these cards. I could share. I could put this card down and go, I'm going to share. And I'm going to give 2 of these beets to one of the players. Or I could tattletale, and I could try to guess a player's card. And if I'm right, they have to show it to me, and they discard it, and they draw another one, and I would get to give them 4 of my beets. Or I could say, I'm going to feed the dog, and I would get rid of 3 of my beets. Now, anytime I do that, we wait for someone to react. So let's say I pass the tattletale card to the next player. I put this one face down, I go, I'm going to feed the dog. I'm actually telling the truth. We look around. Anybody want to challenge me? Nope, nobody wants to challenge me. Okay, I will take 3, put it back in the pile. I've just fed 3 beets to the dog. I have 5 left. And then I just keep this card back in my hand. I don't show anybody anything. Now, if somebody challenged me and said, I don't think you're feeding the dog, I would flip it over. If I am correct, I get to do the action, which was give 3 away. And then the person who challenged me gains a beet from the center of the table, because now they'll have 1 extra one. Now, if I had put this card down and I said, I'm going to feed the dog, and nobody challenges me, good. I feed the dog, I give my 3 beets away, and I just keep this. Nobody knows that I was lying. But if someone challenges me, boom, oh, I'm wrong, I don't get to feed the dog, which means I wouldn't have gotten to give my 3 beets away, and I have to take an extra beet because of it. Now, anytime a card is shown during a challenge like that, it goes to a discard pile, and you get a new card. So when it's not your turn, you're most of the time you have 1 card. When it's your turn, you'll have 2. 1 card that you had from last round, and the card that somebody passed you, and you're choosing one of these. Now, as cards are getting discarded, they get kind of put over here by the discard over here, and we like to see them because anytime there's 2 cards of the same type, we stop and we reshuffle all these cards in with here, because there's only 3 cards of each. So as soon as you see a second one, you take all these, you shuffle them up with this pile, so you can't basically know what's out there. Now, there's 2 reaction cards. With the reaction cards, if somebody tattles on me, and if you remember the tattletale, someone's going to put a card face down. They're going to say, I'm tattling on you. Guess a player's card. If you guess right, give them 4 beets. Someone could say, I'm tattling on you. And once you find out who they're tattling on, you could say, you flip this up, you go, nah, if a player tattles on you, you give them 4 beets instead. So it's kind of a combat, and then I would get rid of this and draw a new one. Now, what if someone put a card down and said, I'm going to feed the dog, and they put it face down? Once nobody challenges them, I could throw this down and say, well, I'm a copycat. Someone claimed feed the dog, and I'm going to reveal this and get 2 beets. You wait to make sure someone doesn't challenge them. If nobody challenges them, Once they get rid of their 3 beets, you can get rid of your 2 beets. So the orange cards here, these 2 are sort of reaction cards to what other people can do. That's pretty much it. The first person to get rid of all their beets is the winner. Now you could play a long game where the winner gets a dessert. If he wins again, he gets another dessert. First player to win 3 games, get 3 desserts, is the winner. All right, well there's Bad Beets. This is a hit with my group, a hit micro game. Micro games have been a hit over here since Love Letter came out a few years ago, and that kind of started this whole new genre of micro games, games that have like less than 20 cards that are really fast to play. This game only has 15 cards. I think it's 1 less than what Love Letter has in it. If I were to describe this game in 1 sentence, it'd be like if you took the game Coup, which is a very popular bluffing game, and mashed it with Love Letter, if they had a baby, you would have Bad Beets. This is a family level bluffing game with adorable artwork. I love it. And great mechanics that, hey, I've got 2, you have a card, you're getting a second card, just like Love Letter. You have 2 cards, you're passing one, you're playing one, and you're going for it. And you're either gonna fib or not. It's very, very good, well designed, fun, love the artwork, and it's a good little bluffing game. There's only like a few different, 5 different cards in the game, but even with that limited there, it's fun. I mean, you can really mess with people's heads, and then the cool thing is you're calling something out, you're passing something to another player, and then after your turn, they pick up what you told, and then a lot of times they can be like, oh, he totally just lied. Sometimes they can tell by what you passed them. It's fun. I do not have a family level bluffing game like this, so this is staying in my collection. I don't have anything like it. It's really fun. If you have a family and you want to play this light game, or if you're just with gamers and you want to play a very light bluffing game, this is awesome. It's quick, it's got a little bit of teeth there, the artwork's cute. Totally recommend this. This is a lot of fun, laughing, giggling, bluffing, lying about vegetables. Hilarious. Feeding them to the dogs. Bad Beets.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.